Warning, 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 warning. This is a emergency broadcast. Code red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the Podcast.
You are listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name's Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are at 285. We're getting there, people. We're getting there.
Boy, we're nearly there. I can't wait till we make it to that point. It's going to be a good day when that happens.
Well,
right now we're just here, though.
The 300 range I'm after.
300, yes. Well, we're well within it, Uncle.
So who's on that line? And let's get them rolling there, Chucky.
We're live on Ocelli.com. This is Uncle the Podcast. You can call in every Sunday when we're live. The call number is 319-527-5016. You can also come on through Skype, send Chuck a message, type him a message on Skype. He's Charles.Ocelli, or call 319-527-5016. Uncle, this is your show.
Yeah.
What do you say?
My show. So
that's good, right?
Yeah.
It's a good
What's
thing.
happening out there, people? What about those Eagles? Do we have any Eagle fans on the show? I want to know about those Eagles.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
The Eagles are going to take it and run the 49ers out of town next week.
Most likely, yes. Yeah, I don't see the 49ers, who are slotted to play against the Eagles in the NFC Championship game next week.
Yeah.
I don't see the 49ers winning that one, which I feel good about. I want them to lose that.
Yeah, I think they will, because they said last week, after they got done with the other team, they mentioned bring anybody on. It don't matter who they want.
Oh, Uncle, Count Pupper is in the chat room, and he's saying, "Go Birds!"
Oh, well, we got a fan. Let's get that Pumper on the line here. Let's go, Pumper.
Call it up.
Call up. I'm talking sports tonight.
You know the number. Sing the praises of Jalen Hurts. We want to know. We want to know all about it. We're happy to hear it. I'm happy as a Pennsylvanian to see the Eagles doing well. They've had many years of sorrow, so it's good. I bet they won the Super Bowl a couple years back, but still, you know.
I have a feeling, I have a torch tip on the winning team that's going to win it.
The Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl.
Okay.
The experience in the AFC had been there last year. But they took care of the big Bills tonight.
Oh, yes.
And they're going to be playing Kansas City. What's his name?
Mahomes.
I got to get, what's his name on this line, talk to
Cooley
and ask him what is his standings on the quarterback situation.
Yes. So, listeners,
if
know,
you're on there,
Cooley Digital, frequent caller of the show, he is a big Kansas City Chiefs fan. Always has been, always will be. So he must be concerned about the medical assessments
of him,
Patrick Mahomes, right now.
He
did
bad.
Sustain an injury today.
That injury looked bad, but
it was an ankle injury. Nothing broken.
High screen.
What? It was ice cream? He ate ice cream?
No, not ice cream.
Oh.
High screen.
Oh,
High screen.
High screen, okay.
High screen.
Okay.
We're learning these things.
Okay.
Because
for a second, it sounded like he was having like a little relaxation out on the field. Nice ice cream cone, maybe.
Ice cream.
Waffle cone would be nice.
We're talking.
Take a break for a second. Jeez.
High sprain.
Oh, high sprain. Yes.
I mentioned.
Oh,
he has a high sprain. And
okay. Nobody wants one of them. Yeah.
That's what he has. That's his injury. Yeah. Letting him know.
So, I mean, I can't imagine anybody wishing ill will on Patrick Mahomes. He seems like a cool guy. So, like, I think everybody wants to see him get better.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, it's in the viewing public's interest to see a good game played. So, if he's in good health, that's going to make that more likely. So, we'll see.
Yeah. But I seem to let Mr. Cool collect Cincinnati quarterback. He's very cool the way he plays. I've watched him.
Uncle, we're getting, I guess.
We got a call on?
Well, it's a strange request for a call from what I gather here. It looks like Creative Accidents, who we know.
Crazy Accidents. Get him on the line. I wanted him to speak.
Well, the problem is he's not going to call in, but he's requesting that you, Uncle, ask somebody to call in.
Ready for somebody to call in?
It's specific.
Waiting on the call. You know the numbers.
He says ask Katie in Texas to call in.
Katie in Texas.
No, that's the town. That's the town, Aaron. Katy, Texas. Katy. I don't know if that's.
Oh, okay. So, yes, I've heard of that place. Yes, yeah. I forgot. So, whoever you are in Katy, Texas, call in.
Oh yeah.
If you want to. Katy. 319-527-5016 is the number. We'd like to hear from you. Also, you can
he's bouncing the ball again. I hear him in the crack room.
The bouncing ball of the
bouncing ball in the crack room. They're cracking it up. Telephone call. Here's our first call of the night. Who is it and where you from?
Oh, it's Jimmy James.
Jimmy boy!
Yeah,
who would have thought he'd be the first one to call?
Who knew?
Cincinnati.
Hey, Uncle.
We were talking just a minute ago before the callers about playoff positions. But we were having this conversation.
Did you watch the playoff games tonight, Jimmy?
Jimmy, did you see the
playoff
game today?
I've seen the 49ers win.
Okay.
You seen that game?
Do you have any opinions on that? Do you care? Do you don't care?
You have an opinion.
Wait a minute. The 49ers are going to the bowl.
Oh, you think they'll beat the Eagles?
You think they're going to beat the Eagles?
I do.
Unless it's a defensive game. That depends on what kind of...
the Eagles would lose, Uncle?
Well, that's the way they won today.
Yes.
Or with Dallas, they couldn't stop them. They couldn't get a touchdown.
Yeah, there weren't a lot of that.
That's the problem. That's if they have that problem.
And the other game I watched was the Chiefs yesterday. That's about all the games I've watched lately.
Okay. Okay, so you got two of the divisional.
What do you think about Mahomes that I had that discussion? He's had his injury. High sprain.
Yeah, I think he's out.
Okay, so
you think he won't be playing?
The injury will take him out for the rest of the postseason here, huh?
You think so?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. But didn't that young guy they sent in, he did pretty good, didn't he?
He
did fair. I'd say fair.
Yeah.
Not as good, but fair.
He did good enough.
For a backup, he did pretty fair, I'd say. Because the way he was running, they got him on the running and stuff, but I think the key is him, though, in the offensive line.
Oh, you're talking about Mahomes is the key.
Mahomes is the key of the offensive line. But, though, if he's not going to be able to go, then I don't know. I don't know how that's going to fall.
We'll see. Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, Yeah, they're going to have trouble beating the Cincinnati Bengals.
With the Cincinnati Bengals playing them.
Because they lost with him last year, so.
They did?
The same game, yeah. It was the same divisional championship game, same two teams last year.
They were?
Yeah, because the Bengals ended up winning, and then they played the Rams in the Super Bowl.
Is that how it happened? Oh, I didn't know how it happened.
Somehow I remember that.
So they did. They played them. I didn't realize who they were playing before that.
Yeah, that's how it worked out last year. I don't know if it'll be the same conclusion this year, but it looks like likely on that side of the AFC coin. Yeah.
Oh.
And I think the Eagles are going to win. I do. So.
I think.
Which I'd like them. I want them to go the rest of the way when it comes to the rest of the teams. I like Cincinnati kind of too. Not against the Rams, but overall, and not against the Eagles.
Now you got trust because that's your team. You got your home team, and you're running around saying, well, last year it was Rams. You're in that boat, so to say.
Well, yeah, I mean, whenever your first option is gone, you always there's always, a hierarchy there, isn't there?
Yeah.
What do you say, Dave?
Yeah, no, what do you say? I want to thank your Rams a lot, because those buttholes are the reason the Lions didn't get to advance. We did our part. We won all the games. The stupid Rams had to lose.
Oh, that's right. That part, you guys took you out because we had to play. Who do we have to beat?
You're talking about
No. Seattle.
Yeah,
it was Seattle Seahawks. Of all times.
All we needed was for them to win that one game. Come on, man.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
The Rams couldn't be expected to win any games this year, so.
Well.
And they barely did, so.
They barely.
We gave you Stafford. How much more can we do?
They were sad, stupid, wins the Super Bowl the following year, and then goes there and only win 5 games. I counted them. Wow. 5 games this whole year. Wow, yeah. And that is a sorry team, feeling you're saying, because after winning the following year Super Bowl. Wow. That makes sense. And I see why what's his name was deciding to leave. I see why now.
I'll tell you what, bud, when Stafford just started, we literally went from our perfect season, meaning we lost every single game, and then he came along, and we won all of the practice games, and then we won 5 games right out of the bat. So everyone's like, oh, we're on a 10-game winning streak, and man, we were psyched. And then, of course, he started blowing it.
Well, I mean, Detroit is set up to be good next year, though. I mean, wouldn't you say, Jimmy? They seem like they're doing well, and that
what is it?
I think so. I don't know what happened. Everyone's giving the credit to this supposed coordinator, but I have to think Goff's got to have a lot to do with this.
Goff is doing well. I think he's found his place, which I feel good about. I wish him success.
Person on the line here.
So we got another call.
Hold that thought there, Jimmy. Who's on the line, or where are you from?
Hey, Uncle, it's the Count.
Oh, there he is.
The true
the
Eagles
Philly
fan.
Man.
True Eagles fan.
We were talking tonight about playoff operations. I figured that's what
I know.
Because
I want the Cowboys to win because I feel like Eagles would have a better chance of winning against them. They're going to have a struggle against the 49ers.
You think?
Well, the Cowgirls lost today, so they're gone.
The Cowgirls.
The Niners just whooped their butt.
I was
barely.
Yeah, but the Niners, of course, won, unfortunately.
But what I've heard...
I know, that's what I'm saying. They're going to have a struggle against them.
What when I was listening to the Phillies broadcast, when the lady talked to them, they said, bring any one of them. Bring either one of them. It didn't matter to them. They're competent. They'll whip them.
I mean, yeah, but I'm being realistic about it.
Well, what's realistic? Just having a defense. A defense.
I just think it's going to be a struggle.
Yeah. Unless it's a.
I think it's going to be a good game.
Unless it's a defensive game like today was.
Uncle, we got another caller.
Oh, yes, we have another caller. Hold that thought.
Count and Jimmy, hang on. We'll be back.
Who's on this? Where are you from?
This is Caddy from Texas.
Oh, Caddy.
Oh, it is Caddy. There you go.
Caddy.
It's the actual name of the caller.
Ah.
Take that, everybody.
Oh, we had it. We haven't.
I'm sure everybody's wrong. I think Joe Burrow's going to take it all. He's going to bring the Super Bowl home.
Oh, boy, that's a very good point because they were there last year.
And they played well today.
They did play good. That's a very good possibility. We could be wrong of thinking about this. But is the AFC stronger than the NFC? That is our question tonight.
That's why they have a Super Bowl.
The last? I don't know. But that's what she says.
So you're a Bengals fan, Caddy?
She's a Bengal fan. Right?
No, I'm a Joe Burrow fan.
Oh, what, Joe?
Okay, Joe Cool.
Joe
Cool, Uncle.
Oh, I know that he's very, very smart, that quarterback. But why he went there? I know why he went there.
Oh yeah, he's from Cincinnati, isn't he? He's from Ohio, I know.
He's from there. That's why he wanted Cincinnati to go to them. That was the reason.
That's similar to LeBron James of, basketball in Ohio, Cleveland. He did that same similar thing. You gotta respect that. That's cool.
Yeah, that I could understand it. Of course, my sister, she was hoping to go to the Dolphins at the time, but then after that saying he's from there, he wasn't going to the other place.
I want to go back to Count Pupper.
Oh,
what if the Eagles were pitted up against the Cincinnati Bengals? What would you think of that?
Oh yeah, what would you think of that?
I think I put this in the chat. I think the 49ers, Bengals, and Eagles are all just really good this year. And I don't know. As a Super Bowl, it'd be great.
Yeah. I think it would be good.
All three of them are excellent. So
I think it'd be a great game.
I would put it any three of them teams that I mentioned could go. That's the make it easier.
I hope
it's any of them three that we mentioned.
I hope it's the Eagles, obviously.
Well,
yeah, I'm pulling for the Eagles.
Well, I know he's a home fan. He's a home fan for the Eagle fan. I know because he's from Pennsylvania, so I can see that too. So I kick here.
Indeed.
I just want it to be a good, interesting game because sometimes you have a stinker of a Super Bowl. So as long as it's good, intense.
What would you count? What would you count as? What would you count as if it's a defensive game? Just curiosity.
As in who would win?
Yeah, and it would go slower in the contest, not like
if it went slow. I mean, as always, it depends on how it goes.
That's the point. That's my point.
You can have a good defensive game. You can have a good offensive game. I mean, the game last night, the Eagles went so fast and dominated.
That was the only game. That was the only game on that series was actually a blowout. Of all the games, that was the blowout game.
That's what makes the Eagles look so good, is that they just performed like that.
Performed as a blowout, but
I want to go back to Caddy. Caddy,
Caddy.
Do you know creative accents? Are you friends with creative accents?
Yeah.
You do? Okay, cool.
Oh, you know him. All right. You know crazy accents. Can you ask me a favor? Can you ask him a favor? Why is he never talking on the phone? I would like to hear him once in a while. But he never gets on the phone. What's with him? That's something.
Request for him to call in?
Then I keep asking him
on this show. Yes, the regular request goes out that Crazy Accents call in. That's what Uncle's always asking. But
I never hear him call him.
Uncle, I think this is a Crazy Accidents call by proxy. I think maybe we could call it that. Is that okay?
Oh, is that okay?
Am I making assumptions? Is this bad? Am I being a bad person?
Uncle, what did you think of the Cowboys kicker?
Oh, I should have got rid of him. They should have not even kicked the field goal. The last one field goals, man, he missed. But he did score, but he did two good ones tonight. But before that,
one was blocked.
Yeah, but one was blocked. But the thing is, they do got another kicker. What I didn't understand, use them tonight. That's what I want. Yeah, why didn't they use that kicker that they got? Man, it would have been. They only lost that game by 7, just like the one earlier. But still, could have at least came closer.
I wanted them to win, which I usually don't want the Cowboys to win, but in this case I did. I didn't think they would, and they didn't.
That was a close game for 7 points, though. It wasn't a blower like we usually see a ball game.
Close, yeah. So they proved that they're pretty good. The Cowboys are pretty good. They just weren't good at.
They tried.
Yeah.
They did. They get the try award.
The Cowboy folks though are probably eating soup, wondering what's going to happen next year.
They're pulling in Ezekiel Elliott. They're eating that soup that Ezekiel Elliott
does this kind of thing.
Whatever that means.
Whatever it means in the sign. I don't know what it means, but he keeps doing that.
Do you know that, Caddy, the Ezekiel Elliott?
Yeah.
No? I'm going to go to Jimmy. Jimmy, you've seen Ezekiel Elliott do this soup eating thing, right, Jimmy?
Seen what soup?
Ezekiel Elliott, the running back for the Cowboys, and even when he played in college at OSU. No, when he's playing, he'll get up like after a play, and then he'll like move his hand like he's holding a spoon, and he's eating soup.
He was from a Gator. He was a Gator, not an LSU.
He was OSU. He played for the Ohio State University.
Oh, he did?
Yes, he did.
Oh, I know.
I thought it was.
He was trying to get a Campbell's contract like those other football players.
Oh. Whoa.
I'm just glad nobody knows what the heck he's doing. Cause
I just don't understand that.
I think it's interesting. I think it's cool that he has a signature or whatever that is.
It's a good, interesting thing. It's a sign of something, but I just don't understand what it is.
It's going to continue to be an enigma, Uncle. I like the mystery he's putting out into the world.
Yeah.
It's very David Lynch-like of him. It's like watching a David Lynch movie, but no, it's a Dallas Cowboys game. Ooh.
Oh, I messed up, Uncle. That song. Remember, you were asking about the aliens and why they always got those doobies.
Oh yeah, what was that?
I foolishly said that the song was Martian Cigarettes. No. It's called The Martian Boogie. Brownsville Station.
Oh, yeah, I heard that song.
Okay, Martian Boogie.
Martian Boogie. I think I heard that somewhere.
Space Grass by Clutch, the band Clutch.
Yeah.
In
fact, I was listening before the show, Elton John songs on my phone. I've been with my new earphone poppers.
Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road.
Not that one. All of his songs.
Rocket Man?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that he was the singer for Sad Songs Say So Much. I remember when that song came out, I didn't even realize it was him.
Yes.
No, I think that was, wait a minute.
That's not an Elton John jam, Uncle? What is it?
Yeah,
who did that song?
What was that? The Beatle.
The Beatle?
The one Beatles guy.
Ringo Starr.
No, I'm telling you, it was Elton John.
No, it was not Elton John. It was a Beatle guy.
George Harrison.
George Harrison.
That song say so much? Nah, I don't think so. Sad song say so much.
Yeah, it was a Beatle singer that's living now still. And
Beatles singer still living. That narrows it down
to
we're talking about Paul McCartney.
Yeah, that's him. That was him. Paul McCartney. I think it was him singing that. Who's that in the background?
He might have wrote it, but I could have sworn it. Nah, because I remember looking up recently, and I was like, oh, that's weird. I really liked an Elton John song and didn't even know.
But the Elton John song, I understand. I know his songs.
Sad Song Say So Much was an Elton John song, Uncle.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, it was.
Bummer.
Dang,
I just put the video. I just put a video in the chat room just for everybody to see.
Chat room? Oh, no.
Elton John jam, Uncle.
Got the evidence to back it up.
Oh, damn.
But I
The crack room.
There was a song with him and another song like that song.
So you're telling me Paul McCartney had a song?
Are you thinking of
like
Say Say Say? Song? Are you thinking of Say?
Yeah, that's one.
That's okay. So that's with Michael Jackson, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
or was it Jackson or was it?
No, it's Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney.
Oh yeah, that must have been what I was thinking of.
I remember the music video vividly. They did a thing where they were part of a medicine show going around selling snake oil.
Right.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
I'd forgotten all that.
I forgot all these songs and it just. I thought it was that guy singing that song, but
it's the 80s, Uncle. We're lucky we lived through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, this brings up a very important question that we have to get our callers involved in.
What is that?
Mandela effect.
Oh, Count Papa.
Count Pupper, which is the best Beatle? Is it Paul, George, Ringo, John, or could it even be Elton John? Which one is the best one?
I'm a George Harrison guy.
Oh, no! Okay.
George Harrison, yeah, he's... Okay.
I gotta disagree, since I've been in
I guess not.
I got to disagree on one person that was a very good singer.
Ringo.
Elton John. I mean, John Lennon.
So Elton John
excuse me. Excuse me. John Lennon.
Uncle, you know we're going to bring this back around to Elton John being the best Beatle. You know that, right?
Elton John had played a very good song because I was 58. Before I was listening to all hair songs of the Beatles. You, in fact, weren't born yet. So I know.
Not quite.
Yeah, but I was. And I know.
I was thinking about it.
But I known about my Beatles.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I know John Lennon, with Yoho.
Yoho, yeah.
What was
the other Beatle, yeah.
The other Beatle.
Yes, we know who's
and they were very good.
Oh, they were great. Let's go to the other callers because I want to know what they have to say.
Other callers.
We'll go to Caddy.
Go to Caddy.
Who's the best Beatle?
Who's the best Beatle? And here we are talking about this now.
Caddy, you with us still?
Are you there? What happened?
Well, maybe we lost. We may have lost Caddy.
What happened?
Well, I want to thank Caddy for calling in. First of all.
Yeah. Yes, we did. We did lose Caddy. I just found out. I don't know. She might have hung up. How about I have a special vote for the best Beatle.
Ooh. Okay.
We're fighting over Elton John Lennon and whatever he's thinking. I don't know what.
Ready? Clarence Walker.
Clarence Walker.
Never heard of him. I never heard of him. I'm 158.
We're going all 80s references. Okay, so on Saturday night.
This is not right.
On Saturday Night Live, Eddie Murphy did a bit where he was the fifth Beatle and he was a sax player. Did you ever see it?
No.
And he was Clarence Walker and they edited him into the films. That's right. I wrote all the Beatles songs. She Loves You was She Loves You, Man. You never saw that?
No.
I don't remember that bit. I've seen a lot of the old Eddie Murphy.
I assure you it happened.
Yeah.
I believe it, yeah.
I'm Gumby.
Yeah, the Gumby. I remember the Gumby, yes.
Who?
Yes.
I'm Gumby, you bastard.
Yeah, that was such a weird bit, the Gumby thing. Yeah, that was an odd time for SNL, but I mean, definitely Eddie Murphy was the standout at that period.
Eddie Murphy.
Also as Buckwheat.
And guess what? You know, when he went on that show, guess how old he was, Aaron?
I want to say he was probably in his 20s.
I think he was 20 years old, wasn't he?
20?
19 years old.
Sorry.
He went on that show he went on there like he owned it. And he just one of them guys that just had it.
Mm-hmm.
He just took off.
He was the star.
But do you remember that bit where he was Clarence, the fifth Beatle?
Yes.
The fifth Beatle?
That's right.
Where is the fifth Beatle stand into this? There was only 4 Beatles at the time.
I swear to you. Well, there's always this debate about the fifth Beatle. There's a DJ who says he was the fifth Beatle. There's another guy. You know, they always say like they were a help to the band or whatever, so they're the fifth Beatle.
Not in my book.
No, I understand.
I saw them walk in the street with 4 of them walk in the street. Where's the 5th one?
You're talking about the cover of Abbey Road.
Right? Yeah, that's it. Cabby Road. I'm listening to Cabby Road, I'm looking at Cabby Road, I see 4 of them. Where was the 5th one?
The only fifth, the 5th one was the cabbie in Cabby Road, driving the cab in the background. That maybe was the 5th Beatle.
Yeah, but he doesn't show himself.
I mean, let's not forget Faux McCartney, for God's sake.
No, he was the main star.
No, I'm talking about Faux McCartney.
Who was Faux McCartney now?
Faux McCartney was
right. How he was wearing suits in that photo.
I know.
Come on, man, we all know.
Paul McCartney was the first star of the Beatles. I know Paul McCartney.
That's exactly right, Uncle.
And he was the first Beatle.
Yeah.
I've been around and I know that. Yeah. I can tell my sister right now, and she'll agree with me that it was him that started the Beatles system.
He started the system. Okay.
Yeah, she knows. She has a lot of them.
Historically, I would have said John Lennon was my favorite Beatle because
it is to
everyone said John Lennon was the best Beatle. Now I'm kind of a Ringo man. I'm more of a Ringo dude.
No, wait a minute. Ringo.
I like it.
Wait a minute. Ringo was the drummer.
He was.
And he's still alive.
He is.
Oh, yes.
And he's a good drummer.
I forgot about him.
He's the only living Beatle because the only other living one is Faux McCartney.
He was the other one.
Faux McCartney.
Paul McCartney.
Second Paul.
That's right. Thank you.
Second Paul. What's the first Paul?
Everybody knows.
We're trying to tell you the truth right now, Paul.
I'm trying to find out who's the first Paul. I'm sitting there. I've been sitting there.
First Paul died.
Right.
The clues are all on the album. And look at his feet. You gotta look at his feet when they're going across Abbey Road. You'll see one doesn't have shoes.
You guys lost me now. I'm there listening to Beatles since I was born, 58. And I known there was 4 of them at the time. But the head one that y'all were talking about is the drive.
I'll send you a link to Jim Fetzer. He's got a really good presentation on this.
He does?
Does Fetzer get into the Faux McCartney business? Does he do that?
Oh, yeah. The whole Paul is dead thing?
Yes.
Oh, he does? Let me have that conversation, because I have to see what this is about.
Yeah, maybe we can dive down that way.
Dive down that way and see what this is all about, because here we are talking the Beatles tonight. Now, this is interesting, though.
That's right. Gotta love them.
So.
Yes. Let's see here. I guess, after all, Elton John wasn't the best Beatle. I was really hoping he would end up being that.
He was never a Beatle.
Yeah, I know, but
But they gave him some songs for a Beatles song to sing.
Okay.
Now that may be what happened.
It's like getting an honorary degree.
Wait. Something like that.
Similar to that.
Yeah.
Or in...
Kind of like how Billy Joel was the Sabbath Beatles.
Oh no, he don't like Billy Joel. Forget him. He didn't like him.
I don't care for Billy Joel.
He don't like Sidekick. Does not like Billy Joel.
Not particularly.
I can tell you that.
Uptown girl living in an uptown world.
Something like that. That's usually the song.
Yeah. Tell me.
I don't understand why you didn't like him. But, I don't understand. That's some music.
I don't know. When somebody explains why he's so great, I mean, I'm willing to hear the argument, but I don't think I'm going to change my opinion.
He's the piano man.
He is the
piano man.
He is. I'll give him that. I'm not going to.
Well, yes, he's a piano fellow. That you got to give him that.
He plays the piano.
He can play that.
He can play. He knows how to play it. I'm not saying he doesn't.
I just don't. I guess it's the kind of people that what kind of songs the people like, really. These days, it's been in the 80s, and a lot of these 80 people that are born 80 love the 80 music, you see.
It's getting
people that were born in the 60s or under love the 60 music, like I do.
They tend to.
It's just the way it is.
It's called musical bias, Uncle.
What is that?
Musical bias.
Musical bias? Whatever that's one.
It's probably a real thing. I don't think I just made it up.
Well, I think we could both agree that pretty much, could we agree that anyone born after 1979 don't know their heads from their asses?
You can put, but that's because it's before the 80s. 79 is just before the 80s.
Right.
Frank, what kind of music you like, Jimmy? What kind of music you like talking about music these days?
Well, I like country, I like classic rock, and I like hard rock. I'm really honestly, it's a song-to-song basis. I don't care about genre. Even if I like it, either I like it or I don't like it.
Oh, I was just wondering because since we're on that subject, I was asking people who because they don't know what year they've been born to know what kind of music they
like. First of all, what's your musical bias?
Well, I'll say that my favorite band of all time is Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd.
And the Beatles is number 2.
Okay, all right. So you're a true Beatles fan. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, that's good.
And he likes Ringo. So that's interesting.
That's a good point. I'm like trying to get to that point.
I don't dislike Ringo.
No.
I don't. But Count.
Ringo's cool.
Count. What's your musical bias? And perhaps what's your favorite band? How about
that? Musical bias. Lately I've been listening to Japanese city pop, which is insane, from the 80s and 70s. There's a lot of that on the Internet Archive.
Cool.
But I'm a big glam rock guy. I love David Bowie and Brian Eno.
I do like one song of Dave Bowie though. That one about hush, hush. A girl sings hush, hush.
You talking about that Deep Purple song?
No. Dave Bowie sings it.
Hush, hush. Dun, 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 dun.
You know that song right there, Count?
I don't know that Bowie.
It's a song. It's a song. It's a song that he sings, and he says.
He says hush.
He says hush.
The girl says hush in the song.
Oh, is there a female vocalist?
Yeah.
Singing with him like a duet or something?
Yeah.
I don't recall it.
I heard it on the phone. I hear something like that. With him talking.
Hush. Hush. It's not a Deep Purple song. It's David Bowie. Hush. Hush.
I mean, I like Deep Purple and Rainbow. I like Dio.
Oh, I love Dio.
Oh, that Dio. That's that guy with the hat, funny looking hat.
Sometimes.
Oh, no, that's
that. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about.
Black has the funny hat.
Dio is the very minuscule man with the large booming vocals, with the heavy metal vocalist.
Yeah. And he invented the devil horn.
He did. I'm really proud of himself. I love Dio's. His songs are good. They're downright good. The lyrics are...
They sure are.
They're good. I mean, everything about it is good. So I don't have anything bad to say about Dio. Ronnie James. I guess there's a new documentary about him on some streaming platform. I haven't seen it, but I should just try to dig that one up. It'd be cool to see.
But by the bystanders, we are getting out of the TV program football thing. We are going to do a different kind of thing. Much cheaper too.
We're having music time. Music talk.
Oh, you're talking? Yeah. The podcast has drifted from NFL to music right now.
Well, I know.
Well, the chat room was saying I thought this was comedy hour, not sports hour.
Yeah. This is comedy hour, but I'm lost of what I want to talk about comedy at. Anybody can come up with something. Let me know.
The chat room doesn't seem too happy when we move into sports territory, Uncle. That's the chat room.
Dang.
Well, what do they want to talk? Give me something I can talk about a comedy then, chat room.
Just for the record, Ronnie James Dio.
All right, here's a joke. The Brittany Griner trade, the first and last WNBA trade that anyone will ever notice.
Nice. What does that come? That's basketball now.
That's sports. Yeah.
That's sports.
So that's
We're
mixing
talking
comedy
about
and sports.
comedy show.
He was telling a joke though.
Oh.
So he's best of both worlds.
May not been a good.
I'm getting slow to know what anybody can call in and say something about a comedy. Let me hear it.
Well, I watched that Banshees movie on HBO. Have you seen this yet?
I don't even know.
Banshees of Inisherin.
No.
It's Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson.
I gotta go look at that.
It's a great comedy. It's dark, but it's really good.
I like dark comedy.
Dark comedy.
Yes.
Where was the shows that I'm supposed to see? You never show me. We haven't got it to see it.
About this, Uncle. We're learning from Count Pupper.
If you have HBO, I would suggest watching it.
I have HBO screening in my room.
It'll be on there.
I can look it up. I can look it up.
I think the Dio documentary's on Showtime, by the way, and he had several music careers, not just as a heavy metal artist. Yeah.
Okay, well there you go. Yeah. I'm sure that comes down to documentary. I would like to learn that. I know his heavy metal work.
We gotta get into the. It's at Showtime. I don't know what I'm saying.
I like that Dio was an American. He took over 2 British bands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
I always found it fascinating that he was able to be the new vocal for Black Sabbath and get away with it, and people didn't run him out of town. That didn't happen to him at all. The fact that he pulled that off I feel that's astonishing.
Well, that's not entirely true, though, Aaron.
I think so.
Did you think he got a lot of flack, Chuck? Did you say he got a lot of grief for that?
At first, they gave him a lot of grief. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Black Sabbath.
I wasn't around then, so.
I was.
Well, of course, to this day, I can't help but say, look, he's no Ozzy. Sorry.
Oh, of course.
Well, they're different. That's the thing. How do you really take over for Ozzy? But I feel like he pulled it off as well as anybody was going to. How do you even do that?
Well, they should have changed the name of the band. It's kind of like White Zombie. After the chick died and they broke up, he just came up with a new thing.
Well, Black Sabbath had several vocalists, by the way. So, first with Ozzy, then with Dio, then with Ian Gillan from Deep Purple, then after that, Jeff Nichols.
Deep Purple. I remember that song. I've been listening to Deep Purple.
Yeah.
I know some Deep Purple songs.
Well, Ian Gillan did one album.
They're great.
Ian Gillan did one album with Black Sabbath. It was called Born Again. And then Jeff Nichols, who was also part of Deep Purple at one point, was a keyboard player and vocalist, took over. And then they ended up with a short time with Ray Gillan, Tony Martin, and they ended their run and retired the Black Sabbath name with Ozzy returning to the band.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it makes.
But didn't they have the deal where there was like at one point more than one of the singers on stage with them for some show or something?
Ozzy Osbourne's alleged retirement show in '92, which he didn't retire at. They asked the Dio version of Sabbath to come and play because they were doing the reunion tour for Dehumanizer, and Dio refused to play. He left the band, so Rob Halford stepped in at the Costa Mesa Arena in California.
Oh, wow. Rob Halford, that's interesting.
Rob Halford did those 2 dates with Black Sabbath. Yeah.
So you're saying then the bands that were having these problems have been having problems.
Oh yeah, they definitely had problems, and it was supposed to be a big show to like honor Ozzy, and
right.
and Dio said no, and so he quit.
I thought at some point they did perform together though. It might have been after that.
Not that I've ever seen. As far as I know, all the way up to Dio's death, he was pretty resentful of Ozzy Osbourne.
Really? He was resentful?
Okay, because I thought at some point they had sort of made up, but you might be right.
Well, the rest of the band made up with Ozzy. But Dio...
You're right.
Yeah, Dio got back together with them in '92, did the Dehumanizer thing, and then left. Came back again, but then Tony Iommi didn't own the name Black Sabbath anymore, so they toured under the name Heaven and Hell. That was in the early 2000s.
That was...
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, this happens to a lot of bands. Who gets the name, who tours as what. Yeah, that happens a lot.
That's
hey, I haven't heard your buddy band that's been retired now? Sidekick?
Do I know any bands that are retired?
No, the one that your friend.
You talking about Dr. Dog?
Dr. Dog. I haven't heard much of him.
They have hung up the tour hat, that's for sure.
Oh,
they might
telephone call. Hold on here. Who's on this line here? Who are you calling from?
Caller.
Hey, is this Uncle?
Yes, me.
Hey, Uncle, it's Chris Graves. How you doing? It's good to hear you back again.
Oh, yeah, we're back.
Glad to have you back here, Chris.
Yep, Chris. We're back.
We're back.
Yeah.
We're back.
Anybody got any news about the wrestling people talk?
No, I don't have a.
That's right.
I don't have a wrestler for you, but I will tell you something strange.
This guy.
Well, hang on a second.
Calling.
I'll tell you. Yeah, let him go over that in a second, because I'll tell you something weird before he says anything. I was having a conversation with Chris Graves off air only a couple hours ago, and I had to go through this very same family tree of Black Sabbath with him.
I thought it was our conversation, and you were playing it live. I'm dead serious, and I was like, "Oh my God, he taped me."
I didn't, though.
No joke.
But I didn't.
Same thing.
I literally had to go through this very same explanation with him on the phone earlier.
That is odd. I gotta say.
It's crazy.
Really weird. All right, anyway, I'll shut up now. You can ask about the wrestlers. Sorry.
I mean, when you're talking about great bands, they're going to come up.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me think. You got Jericho, right? He's in a band, rock and roll and everything, and he's a wrestler and an actor, and, yeah. I don't know if I can get him, but,
Are you working on anyone? Yeah, just to mention.
Yeah. Any leads?
I was before. I'll be honest with you. You're gonna hate me, Uncle, and I apologize, but I kind of forgot about it, and shame on me. So I'll pick that back up.
It was because of New Year's drinking. That gets there.
No, I wish it was. I ate a little too much sugar and went into a diabetic coma. No, I didn't do that, but it was close. We'll
I've
figure it
been
out.
into those. Don't be serious. It's serious. Those things are serious. I'm lay down.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
You're going like that. I've been in them. I've been in before I had these pills. Let me tell you.
Well,
I've been in.
Well, Uncle, who would you want me to shoot for? What wrestler would you want me to try my best to get for you?
I would like to get the guy that has a broadcast. What was his name?
There's a couple of them, actually.
No, there was an...
You're talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Who?
Is that Stone Cold Steve
Yeah,
Austin?
Stone Cold. Try to work on him. There you go.
All right, I'm going to say that's a tall order, but you know what? Would you settle for Jerry Lawler, maybe? Because I know someone that knows him, Jerry the King Lawler. Remember him? I'll shoot for Stone Cold, but
yeah, well, we can try him too.
I think
either or anybody that you can find that would want to talk on my show.
The Honky Tonk Man, Coco Beware, the Bird Man.
Oh yeah, the Bird
Mr.
Man.
Perfect.
The guy that hits the post, eats the post. What's his name?
Oh yeah. George the Animal Steel, right?
Yo, help me Steel. If you can get him, I like to know him.
One of the Bushwhackers.
Yeah, one of the Bushwhackers,
which also did the same bit.
Well, I have the Bush's contact info, but I don't know if you are you talking about George or Jeb or who are you talking about?
Whoever's
Marvin?
Whoever's available at Psychics in here.
We'll go for Marvin. He was supposed to have dinner with Hinckley's brother there. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So how was your vacation?
Oh, mine.
What vacation?
What vacation? They've been working at the house.
You've been working at
They're working, getting it done. About what I'm hearing.
I stand corrected. I meant, how was your on-air vacation? That's what I meant. Sorry.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's fine. It was nice to not have to do the show a little bit. It's always good to be back. But yeah, I've been busy. Things overall are well. And I'm not going to complain. Things are overall pretty good.
We are getting close to the point of renting. But what we're going to do, I got to go out there, co-opt the second brain in there, and tell them we're going to do a show about putting the post of the second half on of the post thing. So you're
talking about the Super Bowl, the halftime show?
No, not the football. Helping
He's talking about the Uncle's
with
talking
the
about
fence.
The
with the fence.
Yeah, I've been building a fence out in the desert. I've been digging up the sand, digging those 4-foot holes.
Oh, you guys still live on that UFO in the desert, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Saucer?
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's coming along pretty good.
Yeah. That is awesome. Have you guys ever seen those old houses from the 60s that actually were in the shape? That were in the shape of saucers?
You're building a wall? Don't you know that's wrong?
No, not a wall, a fence.
Jimmy, it's fine. We're going to get another country to pay for it, so therefore it's great.
Oh, offset. Okay.
I'm going to get.
We'll get Liberia to pay.
I was hoping Canada would pay for it. That's my little pet wish is that Canada will pay for the fence.
Blame Canada. Why not blame Canada? Those Canucks.
Oh no, he's a Canucka now. Watch out.
Well, I just looked at the time. I realized we're nearly done here. We're
nearly time. We were having too much talking.
I know. I agree. I don't even know if we have time for shout outs here. It looks like probably. Well, we might be able to whip through them. You want to whip through some shout outs, Uncle?
Yeah, let's throw some shout outs to the guys. First shout out, whoever called first. Go ahead.
That would be Jimmy. So, Jimmy, who you want to shout out to tonight?
I'm having too much fun.
Boy, I was on the spot. On the spot, Jim. Well, I guess I'll just shout out to everyone in Ocelli Effect Land, and if you can, try to subscribe to the shows to help everyone out that produces them. I hope everyone had a good weekend and has a good week. Bye.
All right. Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks for calling. All right. Good shout outs. Then the next was Count Pupper.
He has the lineup because I don't know who was the first or second or third.
I got the lineup.
I don't know. They go ringing off the hook.
Who are you going to shout out to this week?
Yeah, I'm going to shout out to the Eagles, go Birds, and I'll shout out to myself, Count Pupper on Twitch. Follow me. I've been streaming old movies on there. So until they come after me for copyright.
Oh, that's cool. All right, we'll have to check that out.
Copyright.
Some old, classics from the golden age of cinema there.
And that was on Showtime. That was on...
That's on Twitch, Uncle.
On Twitch.
Oh, that Twitch.
Right alongside Uncle the Podcast.
I had that Twitch. I can't get that on my phone for some reason.
Well, it's all right. Yeah.
And Uncle, check out the Banshees of Inisherin. I don't know how you say it. It's some Irish crap, but you'll like it.
And it's on HBO, right?
It is.
That's right.
I will look it up. I will look it up.
Take care, Count.
Take care,
Thanks
Count.
for calling in. We'll talk to
Thanks for calling.
And then we had, let's see here, I think it's just Chris, right? Yeah.
Just Chris is left, yeah.
Here. Yes. Who do you got to shout out to tonight?
Well, I just want to say I want to shout out the makers of the classic Booty Call. And to donate, anyone out there, please donate to Ochelli.com. And you want to know something? Bernie Getz was no Charlie Bronson. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night, Chris. Glad to have you as
Bronson. Where'd he come from?
Uncle, you got any shout-outs for tonight?
Shout out to everybody that's on the line and giving me a good count number for tonight. And the old star man on that other side of this calls. Very good work. Appreciate what you did.
And quick shout out to Caddy for some caller. Glad to have you. Thanks for calling in. Always glad to have a new voice. Caddy, not
Caddy
crazy
too.
accidents caller by proxy, I will add. So thank you for calling.
Thank
you for the audience for listening to us and for hanging in there while we've been gone a couple weeks. We're back. Hello. Good to have you. And shout out to Chuck Ochelli, our producer.
Yeah.
The Ochelli Radio Network. Again, I'd reiterate the calls for help to the network. If you're able to help the network, go to Ochelli.com, send a donation, and begin. And then, our website's UncleThePodcast.com. We're at Uncle Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Uncle, this is the end of the show. Well, there's nothing really there. Why don't you just bring us home, Uncle? We're good.
There's 200 and...
I don't remember. Something.
200 and something.
85.
85 show. Bye-bye.